Howdy friends, it's Marissa at Bliss Oasis Domes, and I'd like to show you the progress I've made so far of chopping down the spray foam from the floor that I did the other day. So here we go. So the section here with this corner was really tricky, and I don't know if you can see, but I unfortunately nicked the coating, the mirrored coating, with the end of the blade a couple of times as I was cutting it here. So I did leave this bit up because it was helping to protect the tip of the blade from scraping this mirrored finish. So I managed to get most of this stuff out. This is probably going to be the trickiest area, this and then the other side of the door. But now that I've started, I'm actually able to cut this plastic bit and just start to kind of peel this stuff off in a way that's pretty good, that's pretty easy. Now I've gotten to this thicker part here, so I'm using the end of my blade to kind of peel this up, because again, I don't want to scratch and peel up this gray material that's on the wood floor. So that's a way for me to kind of do it safely. And I'm just going very, very gingerly with the tip of this blade because I just don't want to scrape it up. Now, granted, technically I should be able to get this stuff on, but if I can't, then I want to make sure it's not all scraped up, right? So I'll check back in as I get further along and we'll see how it goes. All right, I want to show you this section here because you can see that the foam puffed up a lot. And so what I'm doing is I actually am just like cutting these sections here off the side. And then popping them off to get closer access to here. So I'm cutting it down, cutting it down, cutting it down, and then I'm getting access and I'm actually able to cut the membrane. So I just show this to people so that if you are trying to cut spray foam that has been hardened, then this is a great technique that's really working. Thanks. All right, it is complete. So you can see all the different pieces. I really did have to cut it down, especially on these thick areas like over here, but it's all good. And because I started getting into the habit, doing this part of the door was a lot easier. I do also highly recommend the serrated blade on the box cutter for this particular application, which is cutting foam and then also cutting a plastic membrane. Now, at the hardware store, there is another type of device that has a shorter handle and a much longer blade, like 3 to 4 inches, and there was a serrated version of that as well. But the fella at the hardware store said those blades tend to break more easily. And I will tell you that once the spray foam dries, it is quite hard. And yeah, it has some sponge to it and some give to it. But if you're trying to pry or use the blade to kind of pull things up, I can definitely see how that longer blade tool would break far more easily than this short tool. So even though it took me a little bit longer and I had to cut the foam into smaller pieces, it was worth it because I didn't have any blade breakage. And I used one single blade, so I did flip this halfway through when it started to get dull. And that's it. And so I've got tons of leftover blades for other uses. So anyhow, I hope this was helpful, and when I get it all cleaned up and get the next phase done, I'll do another video. Thanks so much for watching Construct Safely. Please buy me a coffee and please follow, and I will see you next time. Bye.